Yo, how are we doing, guys? You already know what kind of video it is. We got something interesting to talk about today because, I think this is a conversation worth having. So, I'm new to Reddit, and I decided to join the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Reddit. I'm still learning how to work Reddit. Reddit is like weird as shit. I still don't know what it is. And a lot of people didn't believe that I didn't know what Reddit was, but I don't go on Reddit. I literally only go on Twitter and YouTube. But I went on Twitter and I wanted to know about how people felt about the balance of the characters, seeing that we did just get the family stats and abilities. And then a month prior to that, we got their victims' stats and abilities. So what happened was pretty much I've been seeing a lot, not even a lot. I'll say this. I haven't been seeing a lot of comments, but it's enough comments that I've seen to talk about this. I've been seeing people voice their concern about how balance is going to work in the game. And it's usually reflected in comments that usually say something like, okay, well, Leatherface is going to be OP. The family's going to be OP. We're not going to have a chance as victims. And I don't think so, but I'm going to get into that in a second. But here's my Reddit post, guys. I posted this, I think, yesterday. And I'm still getting used to Reddit. Like, I'm not, I don't know what I'm looking at. Like, I'm not used to this at all. Like, and people were kind of confused, I guess, when I told them I don't use Reddit. I literally don't use Reddit. I actually got on Reddit just for this game. But once I learn, the layout is just weird. I don't know. But once I learn more about Reddit, it'll be easier to use. But here's my post. I said, am I the only one unconcerned about the family stats? I've been seeing comments within YouTube voicing concern about the family being overpowered. I personally feel that balance won't be an issue, as victims were given resources and more than enough to help us as far as stats and abilities. And then I asked for their thoughts, right? So I don't know about you guys, and maybe this is where the confusion comes in, but overpowered to me means you're better to the extreme. We like, I don't know about you guys, but every time I've used or heard the phrase overpowered, it means you're overpowered to the extreme. Overpowered to me has never meant like slightly better or anything like that. And of course, if you look at it by definition, like, I'm sure that's what it is. You're okay, they're just slightly better, they're just better. But if you're talking about video game terms, like if you're using this in the video game community, overpowered means to the extreme. I don't know about y'all, but that was the origin of the word for me. But I think that's I probably shouldn't have used that, but that's what people have been saying. People have been saying, okay, Leatherface and the family, they're going to be OP, they're going to be overpowered, we're not going to be able to win any games as victims. I don't think so. I just want to say I don't think it'll be an issue. I think balance won't be an issue. But like I said, guys, I personally feel that balance won't be an issue. All right. So let's go to this first one. And everybody on this list was pretty cool. So I actually like Reddit. They're pretty helpful, man. But this first commenter said, families should be overpowered. It's their turf. They've done this before. They're killers. He also said victims are struggling to survive in a nightmare scenario. And then later on, he went on to say those comments on YouTube, he pretty much was like, they're not Texas Chainsaw fans. They're 13-year-old Fortnite. I want to stunlock the killer and twerk / floss emote on their body fans. I don't agree with that. I don't know about that. I think the concern is coming from people who are actually interested in this project, and maybe they didn't have the best experience with previous games to where they don't want this family to be an issue. I don't think it's going to be an issue, but I get the concern, where the concern is coming from. But and I'm not gonna lie about the comment about the I want to stunlock the killer and twerk / floss emote on their bodies. Let them have fun, bro. I don't have a problem with that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, we game to make memories. You got to make this game fun in any way that you can. This guy said, I was just he's responding to this comment here. He said, I was just about to say the game shouldn't be balanced. It should be hard to win as survivors. If this was a real life scenario, it sure wouldn't be fair or balanced. I disagree with that, because you still got to have balance to a certain extent. You don't want the killers being able to wash us every game. You don't want a situation to where, if I'm a victim and we have our team of killers, and we're obviously the better players, we're able to outsmart them, and we just have an overall better game going for us. You don't want the stats and abilities to be able to bail them out. Does that make sense? There's been certain games to where we clearly know who the better player is, but because of stats and abilities, that kind of bails them out. Hopefully that makes sense for you guys, but you know, it is what it is. But and this guy said this is a video game, dude. It's not simulation. And I 100% agree with that as well. Like it has to work. I think he was responding to when he said if this was a real life scenario. I get it, but this guy right here though, MF244, he made a really good point too. He pretty much expanded on what I wanted to say. He commented this about an hour ago. He said there has to be balance because it's a video game and it has to be fun for both sides. If one side is always being pulverized, then nobody will want to play. That said, killers should still feel overpowered and that victims shouldn't be able to just bully them. And I get that. I 100% agree. The overpowered thing, like I said, I kind of know how everybody's using it. They're pretty much saying like they should be better. But he said that doesn't translate to saying the game should automatically be much more difficult for survivors to win. Yeah, I agree. Like, I know we're the victims, but it shouldn't be a sweat fest. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be a sweat fest. I'm not going to lie to you. That's just me, though. That's just me. I don't think it should be a sweat fest. I think this should be an all-around great experience. And I think, you know, I think they were pushing in the game as well. You're going to have to be able to outsmart the opposite team, whether you're the victims trying to escape and outsmart the killers and vice versa. And I love what this game stands for. But man, I would not want this to be a sweat fest. But I kind of see how people are using the word overpowered. It's kind of different from how I use it. Like I said, when I hear overpowered, I think, hey, they're overpowered to the extreme. They're not just slightly better. But let me see. He said, this guy says exactly, asymmetrical is the opposite of balance. The family should be overpowered to the point that the victims don't feel comfortable teasing. So, yeah, okay, we're all pretty much like saying the same thing. We're just kind of explaining it in different ways. I still feel like balance is going to play a factor. It has to be balanced. So pretty much it's kind of, we're kind of all saying the same thing in a way. But it was kind of weird like reading this. Or I didn't read all these, actually. I haven't read this one. I did read. How did I miss this one? Even Andy here. Shout out to Andy. He's part of the dev team. He said asymmetrical. Pretty much breaking down the word. Having parts or aspects that are not equal or equivalent. Okay. Yeah, but that's just kind of how I feel about it. There's people who I've talked to off stream as well who feel like balance shouldn't be an issue and that the family should have an even bigger advantage. I don't necessarily agree with that. There needs to be balance in the sense of, like he said down below, this is a game. This is a game, bro. It's a game and it should be enjoyable for both parties. But guys, let me know what you guys think down below. Do you think that the killers or the family should have such a clear advantage to where we're sweating to win? Or do you feel like there should be a balance to where we just can't get comfortable on either side? Let me know down below, man, and I'm going to see y'all next time.